Hello there and welcome back, you absolute legends. Thank you again for clicking on another one of these videos. I really do appreciate you being here. So in the last one, we left off right here between the shooting range and the airfield. I do want to avoid both right now, and kind of slowly meander towards this place, the B4 Trader. But there are some little spots I want to hit up on the way. This right here is a gas station. This is a little town. We'll probably have a slight loot in this town as well. We'll just hit a few spots on the way, and I'm also going to keep eyes for a vehicle, and we might make a little excursion up towards the castle to look for a better bow, some better arrows, that kind of stuff. But eventually we want to end up at the B4 Trader. It may just be this episode, it may be over the course of the next couple episodes, because as always with Scum, plans don't always go the way that you expect them to go. You know what I mean? So always be ready to change plans, to do different stuff than what you're expecting to do. And it will also eat a lot of your time because it's just such an amazing and addictive game. So yeah, I'm just going to start running. What I'm going to do is cut across this clearing, through these trees, we'll cross this road, head down here, follow the power lines. If you follow the power lines, you'll get to civilization eventually, because they have to run to towns, right? So we're going to follow these power lines. As soon as we come out the other end, we'll be right near a gas station. So next time I see you, we'll probably be over here unless something really exciting happens. Otherwise, I hope you're having a fantastic day. These are going to start to be, over the next sort of week or so, these videos are going to be a little more spread out because I have an Easter vacation to Poland. So I'll be away for a week from Wednesday to Wednesday. So I do apologise, but once we get back, they'll be a lot more regular. If they're daily, then they're daily. If not, they'll be every other day. And we'll just play and we'll learn as we go. And we'll end up covering as much as humanly possible, from, you know, the basics that we've covered already, right up to like abandoned bunkers and base building and freaking all sorts. But I'm going to get to running. And I do want to say, before we crossfade into the next little bit, I've changed some of the settings in my single player to be a little closer to what my online server is, which is, we've got 3.5 times the normal amount of puppets. We don't have mechs on, and the more puppets is to kind of counteract that, and the puppets do double damage, so it's a bit gnarly, to say the very least. So I've changed my single player settings to kind of reflect that a little bit. We also have 1.5 times loot in there, so if you are getting messed up by the puppets, if you get that little brief window to get a bit more loot, you'll be absolutely laughing, because there's a 50% higher chance of you finding some cool stuff. You know what I mean? So like I say, in the last few, mechs are off, puppets are higher, they do more damage, and all links are below. If you did want to hop into the playground, it is as easy as pie. You just have to go to the Discord and follow the instructions, and we'll get you in there, and you'll be running around with the likes of myself and some of the Discord legends, and it'll be a fun time. It really will. It's a great time in there. Everyone's so lovely, and if you need help, there's always somebody that's willing to help. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know that, and I'm having a little rest in this bush, and we'll probably have a little cheeky crossfade. I've just got to cross this, and then I can follow the power lines down this sort of naked bit where there's no trees, and we'll end up at this gas station. So I'll see you over there, my friends. Okie dokie, and alrighty then. Let me just say, before we stop for a little rest, before we approach the gas station, which is just around this little bend here, if you hold left alt, you can look around while you're running, which is always good. If you hear a noise and you just want to keep running this way, you can look over your shoulder, see what the flip might be chasing you. And that's left alt. I'll probably pop it up on the screen as always. But this gas station is over here. You just sort of have to hold alt and then move your mouse around, and you'll be able to look like a free cam. But I am going to slowly but surely approach this gas station. There's a little food store next to it as well, so we'll hit that up as well. Have a little rest in the bush. And we'll get in there. And as I've not mentioned before, if you are enjoying these, please do feel free to smash the like button, hit subscribe, so you don't miss any future episodes. It is free, and it really helps the channel. It proper does. So thank you in advance, my friends. And big up to the legends that have already done so. I really appreciate you very, very much. Thank you so, so much for your support. Another wonderful thing about Scum. This isn't just like some background visuals. The weather is exactly what the weather looks like. If there's storm clouds coming, chances are there's going to be a storm. It's going to rain. There might be a bit of lightning. I love that about it. It's not just some background image that rolls over, you know what I mean? I'm a big fan of that. Right. I kind of want to approach this a bit more cautiously. Don't really want to sprint in. Was that a puppet over there? Okay, remember that's there. Another one there. A little cheeky tip for you. If you come to this particular gas station, kind of top middle of B2, it's got one of these little buildings next to it. If you go inside, first of all, you might find like an iron lock, which is always cool. You can search these things. 9mm. We need some of that for our HS9 there. You can open this door from the inside so it swings out, and you can climb on the top and then hop up this way, and then you can get on the roof. If you sprint jump, boom, you're on the roof of the gas station. You've got a bird's eye view, and you can take out some puppets while you do so. Get a better angle of the place. You know what I mean? You're not so blind. But as with gas stations, there are a bunch of puppets. A bunch of puppets about. There's two there, one on the road. There's one to the left here. Try and take out. Oh, good dodge. Beautiful. I'm going to make some more arrows after this, so I'm not overly bothered about getting them back. Ooh, right under his armpit. Those skinny guys usually take one. As I said before, they just take the one arrow. So I'm going to sneakily drop down. That looks like brake oil. Yeah. That's a quest item. If you're doing quests, you want to pick that bad boy up. Some more bobby pins. That's a bit of vodka. But we do have whiskey. I'm going to drink another cup of coffee. I can't help myself. Any cash? Yes, indeed. How much we got now? 373. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. Another jack, some battery cables. Not stuff we need right now. Do have a jack for future use. Right, so nothing amazing. We have a more fashionable holster than that. Let's have a look in here. Cheeky bit of soda. I might as well take it. I might as well. Ooh, even better. 20 litres of drink right there. And once you get through the soda, you can fill it back up with water. And it's much better to have a 20 of 20 than, you know what I mean, a 5 of 5. So yeah, wonderful stuff. Right, I want to get away from these puppets or kill them. How many arrows we got? 6. So if I can maybe pull my bow out and not get surrounded. Put that one down. Meander this way. I hear one. There he is. Should be 2 arrows here. Right in the face. That is that guy dealt with. Okay, we're only 5 arrows short. I'm gonna make my way towards this town down here to the west. We can already see it. And once I feel like I'm safe, I can just quickly chop down a bush and get those arrows I need. So I've got a full stack. I always feel a bit more safe. I only need 4. Chop this into smalls. That gives us plenty of sticks. I just like to have a full stack on me at all times. And as with before, there's 1, 2, when it's done, 3, and 4, and I can stop it there. That'll give us 12 out of 12. Beautiful, beautiful. Right, let's run up this road. Have a speed loot of this town. I'm not going to hit up every building. That's a hunt over there. We'll get to hunts eventually. We will get to hunts eventually. I know another cool thing about this town is, as soon as you arrive from the east, if you're hungry and stuff from running and all that good stuff, there's a little cabbage patch and a fruit tree right there. So you can get something to munch on as soon as you arrive. I want to kind of keep my head on a swivel though, because they will respawn. Or respawn, they'll spawn full stop. Any broccoli in here? No. Cabbage? Come on. Give us some veg. Right, nice. Hover over that. It's not the greatest calories, but it's calories nonetheless. I'm going to pick one up. I know with cabbages, they're absolutely massive. No cabbage. Yeah, we searched that. Not quite sure what plants these are. These ones with the leaves? No idea. Right, let me eat these 2 broccolis. Shouldn't take long at all. I didn't search the food shop at the gas station, but there is one further up in the town, so we'll follow the main road. And we'll look in houses and stuff like that. You will sometimes find food in these places. Lime juice. Water bottle. Nothing in there. I don't want beers or anything, which is usually what you find in those little chillers. Check this out. What we got? Yeast. Some more 9mm. That's great stuff. If you pull it out and then double click it, it will auto stack it with the stuff you've already got. So now, what I would love to do is pull this out, drag these over, load ammo. And there we go. We've used, what, 16 bullets? We can drag this back over to our gun. Click equip. And we've got a fully loaded HS9. I'm going to add it to my hotbar right here. It shows up at the bottom now, so if I press 5, I'll put it away, I'll pull it out. And I'll only ever use it when I desperately need to, because it will attract hordes. So do be careful with guns. But, they'll absolutely smash stuff if you need them to. Drag this out. What are we on? Okay. 7 of 15. We've got a needle. Let me repair this. Lovely. We've got 4 uses left on our sewing kit. So I'm going to put this on. It does add some warmth, so we might start getting a bit warm. But it is more space. It would be nice to find a bit more thread. Oh, speak of the devil. It's just not quite enough to make a sewing kit. We need 10. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 10 uses. However, I am going to pick it up, because if we find enough to make 10 uses, we can absolutely use this and that in conjunction with each other, so we'll do that. We will do that. This is a Rager bumper, gasoline canister. We're cool to find some, like, nylon line, maybe. We could, use that with the thread as well, you know? We've got short pants on, yeah. Sexy denims, we're wearing some. Cash? No. Nothing in here. Search this. Alright. Moving on. Just a little speed loot through here, like I say. If there's thread, then great. Ruger magazine. Gone into the hoodie. This is all good stuff to sell. We're not going to be using a Kruger. We are getting a bit peckish though, by the sounds of it. What we're looking at food-wise. Nothing. We've had our couple of broccolis. So we'll head up to this food shop. When you hit this fork in the road, left will take you to the police station, which is a bit scary. But if you go right, there's a food shop and a pharmacy. And we're in this town in B2. This is all good stuff to know. If you know where the food shops are, you'll be alright. That looks like a pear. I'm just going to eat any food I find because I am hungry. Beer and some orange juice. Not in the market for beverages right now. Okie doke. Any cash? No. Anything in here? Butter knife. It's a little food shop, but you don't really find a lot of like good to eat right now kind of food, you know what I mean? You can eat a handful of spices, but tiny bit of calories. Take some cash. Did I even take that? No, I did not. Double click. Another knife to match our knife that we already have, and it's in better condition. So I'm going to drop that, put that in there. Wash. Beautiful stuff. Double check upstairs, see if there's anything around. Sort of walking around with the tab out. That was some soy sauce. This is all for recipes and stuff, which we'll get into in a future episode. The spices downstairs were the same. Hey, garlic. Nice. Garlic has got antibiotic properties, as you see. And it will, if you get an infection and eat some garlic, it will fight it for a little bit. But it is good food. So in fact, I'm going to eat all that garlic right now. And we shall continue on our merry way. And if we run into any vampires, we'll just burp in their face and we'll be laughing. Okay, little ear defenders. We can equip those, because if we're inside and we shoot a gun without anything defending our ears, it'll mess us up. We'll get like blurred vision and all sorts. Can we quick check through here. Emergency bandos, 2 of them. We take those. Okay, we've got loads of that. Loads of little medicines, so I'm not gonna waste any more time. I'm gonna get down on this road. I know the next little stop is a farmyard, at this sort of little Y section. So I'll see you down there, because there's food down there and stuff. We'll have a little look. Maybe get some more food in our bellies. As we slowly meander towards the traders. And this bridge crosses a creek that has drinkable water in it. Pop it right there. I'll get past this guy. Hopefully there's none on our side. Would hate to run through a bush and be face to face with one of the smelly mofos. Alright, we're off. Okay, I'll see you at the farm, my friends. Alrighty then. We are approaching some fruit trees. There's vegetable patches over there. Couple little buildings to search. There's a vehicle spawn around here, so we might get lucky. Just gonna have a little look around for any puppetry before I hide in this bush. We'll have a little rest. Because we are a tired lad. We've got so many emergency bandages. We're laughing. 7. Bunch of antibiotics. We're alright. We're looking alright, to be honest. This is really good money with the activated charcoal and stuff as well. We'll be absolutely sorted once we get to the trader. Let's look for some fruit. Apple. I'll take it. Oh, some cherries. These are great calories. I'll eat those, thank you very much. Oh, check us out. Get another little pear in us. I'm going to eat this one as well, why not? Why the flip not? Go to this guy. Alright, take this one. Carry it in our hoodie. And head towards these buildings. Have a little check for a vehicle. I see... If you ever see anything blue glaring off in the background, it's because the loot is starting to spawn. There was a watering can that spawned in just now. Okay, a little cruiser. Doesn't have a wheel by the looks of it. Okay, it needs a front wheel. But it does have a little bit of fuel in it, which is nice. Okay, if we find another one that's got a front wheel on it, we've got a jack, and then we'll have a motorbike. So that would be fantastic. If you're making feathered wooden arrows, which are right here, you need one feather, a cutting tool, and a stick, and you can make arrows with feathers on. They fly a bit better, but they are a bit more of a pain in the bum to stay on top of. So personally, I don't ever bother, but they will make you a bit more accurate, I must say. I want to show you how big a cabbage is. It's bloody huge. It's like 4 squares. They're absolutely massive. And if you eat one, it fills you up pretty well. There's a lot of water. So here, you'll see the orange bar and the blue bar. The blue bar is water, and the orange bar is like solid stuff. You know what I mean? And you get 4 uses out of a cabbage. But, yay! I'm going to chuck that over there, because it's pretty large. What is this? Carrots? Parsnips or something? Onion? I'll eat that. Just going to snack on everything possible, so we've got a good calorie intake, because we do have a long run ahead of us. And the more we're running, the more calories we're going to burn. So let's crack on, shall we? I'm going to keep heading west. I could, to be honest with you, I could break off this way and go to the castle. So I might actually do that. Decisions, my friends. Decisions. Right then, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna say I'll leave this one right here on a semi-cliffhanger as we're running towards the castle. But thank you ever so much for being here, my friends. I sincerely appreciate the love on these videos, and as I always say, I really hope you're taking something away from them, even if it's the tiniest little tip that you weren't quite sure of. I really do appreciate you being here as we play, as we make our way across the island, trying to survive, and building our character as it were. So thank you so much, my friends. I will see you in the next one as we're continuing on the run up this road. But thank you for being here. Stay safe on Scum Island. Happy scumming. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love, my friends.